the Rangers are through, Carolina's through. Rod Brind'Amour, what's up with Rod and his future in Carolina? And you know, if he gets loose, like what kind of chaos could we see in coaching carousels this summer?
I'm glad you asked me, because even if you had to go to break, I'd still be here talking to myself about it anyways. Listen, I've been saying for the longest time, Rod Brind'Amour and again, we were there. We saw it. Roddy is transformative. He's not just impactful. He's transformed the culture. He's restored the Canes to what we knew it to be on their level and what we've known it to be when they've been at their best. And we've seen it. We lived through it in 2002. They went back and did it again in 2006 and won. Rod Brind'Amour's been there, and he is that living example. He treats people with the ultimate class, fans, whoever, friends, community, and of course the staff and the players. He doesn't, one of the best at that. Not to mention, he's willing to do everything he expects from them and he expects from the players. So it's not like do as I say and not as I do. You couldn't get a better ambassador for your franchise. And quite frankly, we played with him. We know him.
Kev, you know what bothers me, man?
Yes. Tell me.
It bothers me because when we were there for a few years, it wasn't all the time, but it felt like we were almost in a different league at times. There was Detroit loading up. There was Colorado loading up. The New York Rangers, and we were just the little Carolina Hurricanes. And some nights on a Tuesday there was nobody in the building. Now the organization is real deal Holyfield, and they're for real. It's packed every night, and the team's awesome. And the owner bought the team for a certain amount, and he's made zillions since the purchase. And he's got the best coach in the game, and he doesn't want to pay him. It just doesn't seem like it fits. Like they're a real deal organization now. Everything's top notch. And you got the best coach and now you don't want to pay him. It just seems like such a buzzkill from where the organization was when we got there to where it is now. And now you want to go cheap and say, I don't know if I want to pay my coach like that. That's ridiculous. When other teams.
I was going to say, you're right. I was going to echo your point. All the points you're making, it's a low character move. Like you went into Fairview Mall in the food court and bought the team, and now you're eating at Harbor 60. Mm-hmm. Like that's what's happened. And Roddy's been the one that's helped you drive the guys. The Carolina Hurricanes appreciated by 59% last year. I just put this on Twitter after Dregs put it out earlier today, and I've been tweeting about it and talking about it on the air and tweeting about this for weeks. Dregs had a great point, and my follow-up was this team appreciated 50, call it 60% in a year. And now you're in the playoffs again. You're guaranteed second round now again against the Rangers. So they're going to make about 40 sheets for the playoffs. Like, you don't think you'd pay the guy that helps you do that?
I would wipe the whole organization out, Weeksy, if I was Roddy. I would take video people, scouts. I would take everyone and say, screw you. All of them gone. Medical, everything.
All of them. See you later. And you know what? And here's the best part about it, too. And I knew this from the last time, because the last go-round, I had different teams checking his temperature, and I spoke to Weeksy, what do you think? Would he come here? Weeksy, what do you think? Roddy, hey, Weeksy, Carolina's my spot. You know, it's home. My wife, my father-in-law, our kids, youth hockey, the whole thing. I'm here. I'm all invested. He took discount. He took some of the Canadian Tire money and the compensation in the last go-around. Now it comes around again. And by the way, and he made sure all of his staff got paid. Oh, you know this. Everybody, he made sure all the staff got raises. And this time around, the fact that he's a lame duck coach and just plays out publicly, and especially in the playoffs, I think it's a botch. It's mishandling. I think it's unprofessional. And I also said, as I just said to my father-in-law here in the car before I talk to you guys, that's a self-inflicted wound that the Carolina Hurricanes don't need. And Rod Brind'Amour and the fans and the organization and the players don't deserve. I just think that it's really hard in any business atmosphere when you're making big cake and then you're looking and say, hey, it's hard out here. It's tough out here. That's a bad look. That's a really bad look. I can't believe what the Canes have done. And now Twitter is all ablaze. And I got to tell you what, this coach's carousel, that's why I keep tweeting about it. You know what? There's going to be a lot of moves that are going to happen. And I know for a fact there are a lot of teams that are salivating, waiting to see if Roddy Brind'Amour is going to make the market. It's not really that dissimilar to what happened to Stammer in Tampa. Mm-hmm. It's not that dissimilar.
Yeah.
It's not. We just did the game the other night. Steve Levy and I, we kept saying it on the air, and I did Tampa's game 1 this year in Tampa for ESPN. They played Nashville, Andrew Burnett and them. And we asked Coop then, we're like, hey, what's going on? Now we just asked him the other night in the game that they ultimately got eliminated in, and it's the same question. So it's not like, what is he on a tryout? Like you don't know who he is? So that's kind of where it lands for me. Same with Tampa, same with Carolina, to your point, I think it's weird, to be honest.